Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Thursday, the 25th, and should be ready, to start killing it again. So let's see what we're up against. We had news come out earlier. That was, according to our schedule, right? We avoid this kind of stuff if we can. And so let's take a peek and see what else we're faced with. So in the next few minutes, we're expecting home sales, and then a Lagarde speech, some natural gas, Fed. All right, so there we go. All right, so we'll wait for this to come through. And while this is coming through, we're going to go and take a look at our daily chart. And if we go to the daily, first thing we want to do is compare today with yesterday. Clearly, we are making a lower high, and it's a red candle. We are pushing lower. Maybe we're trying to make a lower low. So let's keep that in mind, right? Let's keep remembering that it's a bearish candlestick with a lower high, right? So checking that on a 1 hour. Right? There's the high. And this is what we're trying to do, right? We're going down our ladder. I've already, prior to our meeting, I've already highlighted the floor and the ceiling that I'm working with. And within that floor and that ceiling, I went ahead and started highlighting the ladder that I want to be working with. And so as I see here, we've been going down the ladder, and I would expect to go down a couple more rungs, maybe 3 or 4 more rungs. Right. So when I'm looking here, we've been going sideways and we've been unable to complete this box. Right. So, and that's starting from the very top. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. What if I put this right there? Right. What if I put it right there? Therefore, I'd have to put this box right there and let the market decide which box it picks next. Right. I'm thinking it's going to pick up here. And so if it's trying to push up and I'm a seller, I'll be selling up here. Right. So if it pushes up into some kind of resistance, something like this, I'll sell this. Right. If it pushes beyond that, I'll sell more. If it breaks the bottom of this box, I have to wait for a reason to be short again. Right. I don't want to play the breakout or the breakdown. Right. So the intent here is to be a seller. So I took one trade in. This is now my box number 1 because it has my first trade in it. And so I'm hoping to make my money within a few seconds, within a few minutes, right? An average bar right now is 2.8 and my target is 3. So we'll see. We are looking to see if it's coming back down. Right? We want to be sellers of green candles. Right, so let's see if we can push up a bit. Right, a retracement into this upper box there would be awesome. Would be an excuse to sell. Right, we don't want to play a breakdown. We don't want to play this move into the bottom box. Oh, and before I started too, I set up some swing trades up at the top there. And so these swing trades are 5 boxes into profit already. And so we're running $128, sorry, $120 of draw up. And then with that $120 of house money, it kind of takes a layer of stress off. Right. I want to sell more if it pushes higher. There we go. All right, I'm just looking at that green candle, the current candle, and I'm selling it. I think I have one more. Yeah, I can do one more there. Right there. Okay, so now I've put all the money that I've been allowed to put in this box right here. And so now it's time. We have to stay, we're hoping to stay in this box, the current box, until the end of the box. Right? So we're hoping to stay sideways until here. If we break the box ahead of the end, so before the time is up, we're likely going to have more volatility. Right? So we're expecting a move in this direction here. The daily candle is an inside bar, by the way. Right? It's an inside bar, which is also an inside bar. This expanding wedge is something we want to keep in mind, right? This whole structure is basically a fake. It's a fake out. You can't chase the market in this environment, right? So if you're trying to be long, you got taken out at the bottom. If you're trying to be short, you got taken out at the top 3 to 4 times already, right? So because of this, the fact that it's an inside bar, we kind of like disregard the fact that it can even be a bullish inside bar, right? Because the structure is there just to fake you out, right? So at this point, the structure is more important than what's inside it. I'm thinking we're going to be making a lower low, and that's not going to be an inside bar anymore. Right? But ideally, keep an eye on the left. You know, this is only a week's worth of work, right? I'm not looking months in the past. This is only 5, 6 days. We're only comparing our advantage. Our advantage is that we do the work today compared to yesterday, right? We have a very narrow uh, field of observation. We don't want to be thinking too far into the future, right? I'm selling that wick here, that retracement, that pulled back up. If it pushes higher, I'll sell more. There we go. One, a little bit higher. All right, so we've closed about 4 or 5 trades already as a group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll get another. Oh, there we go. So I'm just trying to see if we can get to the top of the box, and then I'll put my 4th click there, right there. Good enough. All right, so going back to my 5 minutes, I want to see how far is that next layer. So there we go. Right, we already made it from one rung to the next. We might be going sideways for a few bars, 10, 15 minutes before we go further down. Right. Ultimately, I think our goal is somewhere near 8:30 or so. Right. So it's just building a structure that will pay us with the next move. Right. When I sell things that are going up, it's because the next move in my mind should be back down again. And then I do that with multiple multiple time frames in my mind. A range within a range within a range. There we go. Sideways and opportunity to recycle your trades. In the next 20 minutes or so, we'll likely be experiencing that pullback we're looking for. Right. So typically, these are big words, but typically we would see some kind of an attempt to go back up right around 8:30 or so, like the bottom of the hour in 20 minutes from now. Right. So that's just what I'm expecting. But like we've said before, the facts will be what they are. And we'll have to trade it as is, as we see fit. I had yesterday afternoon, my lunch hour, I had my blood work scheduled at the local clinic. And I went to the local clinic, and all the doctors were in the emergency clinic for whatever reason. I suspect there may have been an accident on the scale, but they were busy. And so I ended up being delayed like 4 hours for blood work. But nonetheless, it's a monthly routine thing, and it's one of those things where I can't skip it. So I donated myself for 4 hours sitting in the waiting room with my telephone. I made up the slack overnight. Right? I made up for some of it here. I made up with this here right now. Right. So right now our swing trades, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Right. I'm going to give it till the end of the day, or at least to where I think the low of the day might be. And then I will flatten the swing trades. All right, so I'm looking for that move down here somewhere near 8:30 or 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And then I'll probably close those swing trades, book that $137 and continue to make 3 pips, 3 pips, 3 pips. Yeah, that short squeeze yesterday was damaging for a lot of people. Right? If you go and check this, even on a 4-hour chart, it's easy to see. This right there, until yesterday, the trend line looked like this right there. And then as of yesterday, this right there was a short squeeze. So it removed all of the shorts and their stop losses. And since that short squeeze has taken place, we're now free to go and find the real bottom, right? We got rid of the shorts yesterday. Right? So this short squeeze business, as of yesterday, that bigger trend line moved up there. Right. So now we're inside this channel, this great big channel within which we had an outside range. The outside range is predominantly what squeezed everybody yesterday. Right? We had an eye for 910 all week long. Yesterday is the only time that 910 got tested and failed. Right. So it's yeah, it's one of those things, right? Prepare for the unknown, right? Sell right here. 2, 3, 4. I just put all 4 clicks right there. Oops, sorry. On that green candle, because the green candle went up to that resistance area. So anywhere near 8:30, right here, 8:30 or so. That price right around here would be a good place to start expecting a move back up. And by then we will have more than likely overwhelmed the average daily range. Right, the ATR for today so far has been 56 pips. The average is supposed to be 58 pips. Right, so we're right in line with expectations. Right, we may or may not see an overextended day, right? If we do get into this lower box here, it will overextend the daily candle beyond its average, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a possibility, and that's the most probable possibility, right? So we're looking at that in order to create that slightly, ever so slightly lower low, and then call it a day, right? Build a wick, right? So if this gets fulfilled, that's enough to break yesterday's low. Or at least it should be enough to break yesterday's low. If I can get there, maybe I can't. And eventually we'd be playing for that wick, right? The retracement that we want to see on here. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, and I'm hoping for 6. And if I can get that 6th box, I'll close all of the swing trades. And that will be better than a 1-to-1, right? Because I open the swings with a 36 pip stop, and I'm getting better than 48 pips on those trades, right? I'm getting better than the 36. So I'm beating my 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the swing trades, while the rest of my day has been upside down as far as my risk to reward ratio is concerned. Right. Closing more winners. That's what we're here for. Perfect. Right. I move back up. Probably want to sell it. Right. A retracement on that candle, a wick like that. Like that. Green candle. Beautiful. I have 1 click left for that particular box. I may not get to use it. Oh, I just put it on that wick right here, on that retracement. And so if we get to the bottom and somewhere around here, that would fulfill an average day. It would overextend the average, and then doing so also create a lower low and resume our bearish bias. Considering all the shorts got taken out of the game yesterday, it makes sense that we try to go short today. Oh, there we are. I'm closing my swings. Boom, 55 trades, 55 pips, I mean. 55 pips on, I think it was 16 trades. We're up to 4,200. All right, so in this zone here, right, we've made a lower low. This is now officially a bearish outcome. Right, looking at the time of day, I expect a pullback of some sort around here. Right, at this time right around here, 8:30, 8:35, my time. Right, so a move back up would be not necessarily expected, but not out of the question either. Right, so let's see how this thing evolves. Right, let's see if we can get to the bottom of the box, telling us that there might be more coming, or if we fail to get to the bottom of the box and we kind of hover around the center, we're likely going to go back up. right? So going back up does not tell us the moon, but it tells us maybe back to resistance, right? 2 boxes, right? So do we want to play longs on a bearish candle, right? Preferably, I would want to keep shorting from a higher level, right? We are expecting a pullback because of the time of day. I want to participate in that pullback as a bear, right? So I need to see it go back up. If this is the low right there, I need to see the price. Oops. I need to see the market go back up and maybe up here, start to sell. Up here, start to sell, right? And maybe up here, start to sell, right? We know it's not going to go back 6 boxes, but it has the ability, the capacity, it's able to go back to resistance. That's what it normally does, right? So our expectations are getting tested, right? What do we expect? What do we anticipate? How do you prepare for one versus the other? How will you deal with one if you're delivered the other? Right. So this is it. We fulfilled the box, right? I put the box right on that swing. If we can get back to the top there, that's a pretty good sign that we're range bound for now, unless we break. And let's see if it breaks back up or if it's going to stay there and then go sideways. I'm going to sell right there, actually. 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 clicks that belong in that box. If we get up top here, that allows me, or it affords me 4 more clicks, probably around here. Right? And then if we get up there, that's also another 4 more clicks. And that's probably going to be happening around here somewhere. So we've made a lower low on the day. Right, self 1. And I'll put 2 and 3 up here, and I'll put 4 if we go higher. Right, this is good. Another box lower would be awesome for today. That would be fantastic. Or even a half a box. There we are. Push back up. I can recycle. Let's see, we just want to close some more trades, preferably in the next 30 minutes or so. And then we can be done for today. All right, so let's go check out what we've done so far. This is looking good. All history, 8,000 pips, 176 losses, but 2,000 wins. Yesterday, $204. The current week, $400. And in the current month, 800. And that's all been, extracted out of thin air. So yeah, I think we're doing okay. There we go. Yep. Yep. 8,000 pips hiding in plain sight. When an average day is moving 60 pips, we manage to recycle from that 60 many, many, many trades per day. And so the recycling makes us more money than what people think, right? They assume 3 pips, one trade, and you're finished. They don't seem to realize we're trading for 3 pips for, hundreds of trades per month. It's the swing trading mentality. It's in everyone's mind, and it's flawed. It's not for everyone to be a swing trader. All right, so I'm selling here the upper box, 2, 3, 4. I put all 4 of them up there. So let's go check out the 5 minutes real quick. So we made it down the ladder, and I still expect that last rung to get touched. And that will fulfill the average daily range. All right, so until we've made it there, I don't even want to think about buying. Right. And even once I am there, instead of buying for the wick, I would probably just shut everything off and go to the beach. Right? Why risk a counter trend trade in a downtrending market? Right. So instead of buying when we anticipate buys, I will take the time off instead. Right. So here we are, trade free, closed for the day in 30 minutes. Right. So in 30 minutes, we've created, well, I don't know, I lost track of how many trades we've closed. But yeah, we've created more than enough to add on to your track record. Right? If you feel like you keep on trading right here. Boom, boom. Green candle in the box. I'm putting all 4 clicks. Boom, boom, boom. Let's wait. Let's do this for another 20 minutes or so. Right? I want to test that lower edge. By the time I get to that lower edge, I'll contemplate stopping trading. Right there, sell. 1, 2, 3, 3. 4. All right. Come on. It's the recycling of the trades that has me, coming back for more. I enjoy this recycling, finding out that I did a good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. The more I hear this good job, the happier I am. I walk away ecstatic every day, right? Because things worked well. And even if they did not, I still managed to minimize the damage, which is a good job. So it's the issue will be what you perceive to be good enough. What's good enough for you? For me, 3 pips is plenty good. And sometimes I have swing trades on top. Oh, did we just have more news? Oh yeah, oil stuff, I think, or natural gas. Natural gas. We're not looking for much more. No, we're just looking for the bottom of that current box and maybe a little dip into that lower box, and that should be sufficient. If you have the money to spend it there. We're just waiting a few more minutes. Once I close all these trades, I'll let you guys go for the day. We'll call that a day. There we are. So now I get to recycle 1 and 2. Yeah. Good day, good day. I just want to see my trades closed, and then we'll be finished. So, couple more. Come on. So I'm beyond break even. There we go. Done. Done for today. So this will be the picture for the video. New right here. And that's it, ladies and gents. Have yourself another great day. I know I will. All right. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Trade safe.